All right, we are live.
Ah, so I can say slurs now.
Yes. Let
Ah,
me
YouTube loves it. I mean, we wouldn't want to lose we wouldn't want to lose monetization on this.
No, of course not. I'm more worried about the stream actually getting taken down. This is a
To be
great way to
fair,
begin a stream is talking about slurs.
to be fair, wouldn't someone have to strike us down in order for us to get struck down?
Um Not necessarily. There is the YouTube AI.
So they've trained like an algorithm to hear the N word.
They might.
Who? Interesting.
We don't know what Google's capable of.
Some nerd taught the YouTube algorithm to understand slurs. That's a
In fact, it's entirely possible that they know that we're talking about the YouTube AI and its understanding of slurs right now.
they're listening with bated breath. All right, Konami,
Yeah,
yeah.
our favorite company.
All right, so what is this shit?
It's the greatest video game ever made, Yu-Gi-Oh! Forbidden Memories. Yeah,
Okay,
Oob knows nothing about Yu-Gi-Oh! Aside from the abridged series.
well, I mean, I'm familiar with. I'm less like I can follow the Yu-Gi-Oh stuff. I know it's like people have cards, they play card games, and the fate of the universe has something to do with it. I don't know. It's like Pokemon except melodramatic. Like
Are you saying Pokemon isn't melodramatic?
I think that I repeat myself. It's like Pokemon but melodramatic.
You've watched those movies with me, right?
Yu-Gi-Oh is stupid. Okay, Yu-Gi-Oh is like ridiculous. They'll start playing their card game and they kind of go into like the shadow realm, like it's Light and L playing tennis or something. Like ridiculous. And like I get like I don't know. I feel like I know enough about Yu-Gi-Oh, but I don't know like is this a like what kind of game is this?
So,
Just give me the answer so I understand like what we're going to be watching here.
so this is a card collecting video game.
Oh God!
Basically, this game was made before the rules of Yu-Gi-Oh were actually written, which means that this game takes some liberties with its rules, and it's a little stupid, as you'll see coming up. But I'm playing a mod of this game that basically the original version of this game. It's actually not that bad of a game, but its fatal flaw is that it only drops one card when you beat somebody. This is a mod that drops 15 cards instead of one, and it makes the game so much more bearable. What's not bearable is grinding for an opening deck, though, or resetting for an opening deck, so let's start doing that.
Okay, so like I guess I'll just watch and figure it out.
Also, you're going to be seeing many characters that do not show up in the anime, such as Mr. Well, we'll wait for it to zoom in a little bit. Mr. California Raisin here.
What? He looks like Count Chocula.
You'll see a bit more of him eventually once I get a good deck. Well, you'll also see more of him while I'm resetting. You'll also see that opening screen quite a bit. The only thing is I can't stream game audio to you because I'm on Linux, so you can't hear the music of this game, which is honestly pretty dope.
This goofy little Egyptian guy.
Yeah, he's blue. Dabba dee dabba die.
Oh, and it's Potato Man, Mr. Potato Head.
You're gonna be seeing those characters a lot. Yep, that's not good.
This is like an official game. It's not like some fan game.
Yes, this is official.
It's before the anime.
Yes, this was the manga was a thing, but the anime I think was not at this point. The card game certainly was not.
This is for the truly deranged Yu-Gi-Oh fans that were like into it when it was just lame card game shit.
Well, the thing is, this game was released in America after the card game.
Oh.
It was only before the actual card game in Japan. The Western release of the game was delayed.
I'm not even gonna try and have a timeline of this. I'm just card games to control the universe.
Yeah, basically.
what was it invented by ancient Egyptians or
Yep.
something? Why? Oh, great. Cool.
Yeah, it's I mean, I'm skipping through most of the story. It does. If you're having these questions, the story wouldn't really make much more sense anyway. So
I guess maybe like I don't know. Maybe that makes sense. Maybe it's like a hieroglyphic sort of thing. Maybe hieroglyphics, what we thought was actually just a sophisticated system of language, was just children's card games.
I mean, that's kind of what this series is about, and that's actually not a terrible starting deck. I'm gonna try this.
Okay. See, I'm here for the normie. I'm here to represent the viewer that does not know anything about Yu-Gi-Oh. You know?
And I gotta be kind of careful matching through this text so I don't get into a duel that I don't want to. And I just did it. That's a reset.
The card game part.
You see, you don't actually want to fight Mr. Blue Dabba Dee Dabba Die.
Why not?
It wastes a ton of time. And he has no good drops.
Ah. Is he basically like the little toads in Mario?
I think he's the ancient Egyptian version of Yugi's grandpa. Forgive the cracked PlayStation startup screen.
But I mean, like, as a game function, like, you show up in his little house, and he's got, like, a card, and you're like, oh, you got a mushroom, or you got a hammer that's useless. And, you know, is it sort of like that? Like, you go see Mr. Blue, and then he's like, here, you can have this card.
Well, he's one of many, I forgot to start my timer, god damn it. I'm distracting myself.
Oh, I'm professional.
That's okay, that's just another reset. But, basically, like, the thing is, the first quarter of this game, set in ancient Egypt, is completely optional. Like, there's, like, I think 10 different duels during this first part of the game, none of which you actually have to do to continue. You only have to do one duel. That's against Raisin Man, and you actually have to lose against him.
Oh.
I don't particularly understand why they structured it like that. But yeah, as you see, there's like a map there. And if you go around this map, there's like
Mr. Potato.
Yeah, there's Mr. Potato Head, and there's also, like, you know, ancient Egyptian Joey and ancient Egyptian Taya. There's no ancient Egyptian Tristan, unfortunately, but,
The ancient Egyptian versions of all of our good friends from the show.
Yeah. And, basically... What just happened? Oh, I was in the wrong window.
You think if, if there was an ancient Egyptian version of My Valentine, and they did like like ancient Egyptians were depicting, like, you know when you go to a museum and they're like, oh, it's ancient Egypt, and there's like drawings on the wall of their gods or whatever, and for My Valentine it's just a pair of breasts and like
Yeah, it's just like it's just that you know when you used to mess around on those graphing calculators, and people would draw like open parenthesis dot close parenthesis open parenthesis dot close parenthesis, and it was supposed to look like a pair of boobs.
Boobs, yeah.
Yeah, that's hieroglyphics for My Valentine.
You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna find, like, I'm gonna get a slab of stone. I'm gonna chisel that into a stone for future archaeologists to find, so that they have something from our culture that they can teach the young about in the future. You know how like they'll have, what are they called? Time capsules, and they'll put stuff in it. That's what I'm putting. I'm gonna put a calculator with that.
Do you think the memory would last long enough for that to stay on the screen?
I'll put some batteries in there too.
Okay. Yeah, I've got one of those portable USB charging stations. That should last it long enough.
Yeah.
Just give us some Duracells. Those last forever.
Just chisel it and stuff, like I said. Those are the two options I've come up with so far.
You can't just, like, write it on a sheet of paper or something. That's too simple.
Maybe
You gotta actually
I'll,
make the historians think a little bit.
maybe I'll sew it into a doily or a what do they when like grandmas are like sewing into like a needle point thing.
Yeah,
I
you're
don't know.
talking cross-stitching.
Cross stitching. I'll put it into some cross stitching. That's what I'll do.
You're not gonna
See,
learn how to knit for this? Come
the good
on.
thing we did it together because I needed you to help me there with the assist. I don't know what cross stitching was called, so
That's why I'm here.
That's the
Otherwise this stream would be just Oob.
because I know how to do this shit. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, it would be my choice to play this Yu-Gi-Oh game. Yeah.
Obviously. And
What
you
are we
wouldn't.
doing?
I'm trying to get a good deck.
Seriously?
The one time I got one, I accidentally fucked up the run. Like 2 seconds after.
Great.
Don't worry, within the next half hour, we'll get to something interesting.
Never get sick of seeing Mr. Potato Head.
What about Raisin Man?
He's pretty cool too.
He's a bad guy, so...
Bad guys can be cool. Look at Scar from The Lion King or Elon Musk. They're pretty cool guys.
Wait, I'm sorry, did you just call Elon Musk 1 cool and 2 in the same league as Scar? I'm reconsidering having you on my stream now.
He is a bad guy though. Can we agree on that?
He's the bad guy.
Yeah. If Elon Musk came into the grocery store and he had
If Elon Musk came...
No, don't get us demonetized, okay? Asshole. Anyways,
Why
so
not?
if
That's the name of one of my splits.
If Elon Musk, you should have named one of your splits Elon Musk. Elon Musk came to a grocery store and he got 11 items in his cart, he would go into the 10 items or less line because he's a bad.
Oops, I keep forgetting to reset my timer. God damn.
Getting controversial with our first YouTube stream. Alienating all the
Elon Musk goes in front of a sign that says no standing, and he stands.
But see, I'm doing it in kind of a sarcastic tone, so if you like Elon Musk, you can just assume I'm making fun of people who think he's a bad guy. But if you are someone who hates Elon Musk, you're going to agree with me. Because nothing I'm saying, challenges that, notion that this is actually what I'm doing is actually really smart because we're actually bringing both people in, both fan bases, the pro-Musk and anti-Musk fan bases that are, at war with each other on Twitter right now.
Yes, Andrew, all 0 people watching this stream are proud of you right now.
There's 0 people now, but people are going to watch this later when it's, archived on your channel.
Are you sure about that?
Future archaeologists go into the time capsule saved on a USB drive somehow. I don't know. They're going to get the calculator that says boobs.
It's actually not recorded in my hard drive. I forgot to do that. Oh, well.
I'm sorry, not the calculator, the cross-stitching that says boobs, and then there's going to be this stream. By the end of the stream, I'm going to have a whole list of stuff that's going into the time capsule. I think that's going to be our running joke.
Basically, this stream is going to be the only record that archaeologists have of our our decade. A decade? Yes, we were only alive for a decade. I'm 8 years old.
I mean, what else am I supposed to do? We're looking at the same 3 things. The California raisin guy and this little toad
It gets better. And by better, I mean worse.
Shy guy. It's just these 3 people, and then the fucking thing that says Yu-Gi-Oh! Forbidden Colors or whatever.
And me forgetting to reset my timer all the time because I'm not used to actually talking while playing video games.
It's gonna become a podcast.
It's been like a year since I've streamed on Twitch. Give me a break.
Figure out what the theme of our podcast is gonna be.
It's going to be entirely about Yu-Gi-Oh!
Oh, great, because I'm an expert at Yu-Gi-Oh! Alright, so here, my hot take about Yu-Gi-Oh! is that I think it's really dumb.
Yu-Gi-Oh! Is the Elon Musk of anime.
Well, yes. Well, you need to say that more sarcastically so that we can, like I was saying earlier. But anyways, I think we had a conversation about this off stream once about like where Yu-Gi-Oh! Ranks in the tier listing of like silly card game Asian import stuff. And like number one, like top of the list is unfortunately Pokemon. Because like whether, even though Pokemon's like has silly things about it, it is still like objectively like, there are good Pokemon games. The show, is fun for what it is. There are actually one or two movies that I think are good too. And there are a lot of good Pokemon. I'm sitting next to this little Turtwig that GH got me.
It's Count now.
I'm sorry, Count. Sorry, oh my god, I'm sorry.
That was years ago.
Named you. I'm so sorry. Cut that out. Bleep that out in editing. Count got me this little Turtwig, and I've got a Psyduck on my bookcase, and I've got a couple other little Pokemon stuff. I like Pokemon's good. Can we all agree Pokemon is like top of the tier list? Maybe not S tier. There's no real S tier with this kind of. But let's say A tier, right?
Yeah, I think that's fair.
And I think we agreed that Dragon Ball is kind of somewhere over there. Like Dragon Ball's not the worst either.
Yeah, I don't like it, but objectively, it's not nearly as cringe as it gets.
I mean, other than Mr. Popo. Mr. Popo.
We don't talk about that.
I have to talk about Mr. Popo, but and then I think Yu-Gi-Oh was.
If you're gonna bring up Mr. Popo, I gotta bring up Jinx.
Well, yeah, it's Jinx. I mean, well, we're rating them the same, so it's fine. We don't have to worry about it. But, so they're both A tier, and then, like, Yu-Gi-Oh! Is probably, like, a B or a C, right?
I would go C, but...
Yeah, I agree. The anime is worse. The anime is bonkers.
See, I enjoy the anime, but I completely understand why you can't fucking stand it.
Pokemon is a much simpler premise.
Yes.
You got some kids, they go around and they find a little animal every episode, and the animal has like a gimmick. Perfect for a TV show. What is the premise of Yu-Gi-Oh? You explain. I want you to. I'm putting the onus on you. Pitch me Yu-Gi-Oh! The anime.
Okay. So. This kid with ridiculous hair has the spirit of an ancient Egyptian pharaoh stuck inside of his bling. And so, the kid with the bling has got to go and play an ancient Egyptian card game, play a card game based on ancient Egyptian death games because other people want his bling to steal the power of the Millennium Bling. I think that makes perfect sense.
See, the way you described it makes way more sense than it is presented. This is my problem.
Hey, it's a stupid story presented in a very complex way.
Oh yes, well, I mean, they were trying to get experimental with their with the presentation of their story.
Yeah, it's like
they were like being the Lars von Trier of a children's card game.
Basically the Dark Souls of anime.
Sure, I don't know what that means, but okay.
I don't either now that I've said it out loud.
Because it's you have to get good in order to understand it. It's like the Rick and Morty of children's card games and Dark Souls.
I mean, I will say the Yu-Gi-Oh card game is definitely the Dark Souls of card games.
I guess. I mean, I like how
except Dark Souls is good.
I like how the back of the card is swirly, and that's about it.
I do like the design on some of the cards. You know what? There's Demon Twink Boys and Furry Bait, which I approve of wholeheartedly. Yeah.
Just the aesthetic of the cards does look better than Pokemon cards. Pokemon cards are kind of bland.
Generally, yeah.
Monsters, not withstanding, but yeah. So Yu-Gi-Oh is like a C tier. Now, with that said, Yu-Gi-Oh is still leagues better than I don't remember where we ranked them all specifically. I think Bakugan was low.
I don't remember if we said that Bakugan or Beyblade was lower.
I don't know what. Yeah, we put Beyblade. This conversation included Beyblade for some fucking reason. I don't know why. Because Beyblade's not a card game. But what were the other ones? So it's Bakugan. Bakugan is because Bakugan's whole gimmick is they have the little toys that come with it.
Yeah, it's still a card game though, I believe.
It's like if people actually carried around little Pokeballs and tried to catch the plushies.
Ooh, yo, you ever hear of Duel Masters?
I guess they were trying to do a card game thing and also a Bionicle thing, and yeah. I feel like there was one that was even lower than Bakugan, and I can't remember what it was now.
I don't think I brought this up last time, but have you ever heard of Duel Masters?
I have heard of it. I don't know what the thing is with
it. Basically, it was, from what I've heard, it was a Babby's version of Magic the Gathering. But apparently they had an anime where the English translation, it was almost like Ghost Stories levels of stupidity in the dub.
Okay.
And if you don't know about Ghost Stories, that was, kind of accidentally the first abridged series. Except it was an official dub.
I think I know about that.
Okay.
And you showed it a long time ago, but I think I know what you're talking about.
Okay.
But was there anything lower than Bakugan, or did we decide Bakugan was the floor? I feel like there was something else. There's one that's really bad, and I can't remember what it is.
Yeah. Yeah, I really don't remember.
Let's see. Let me get my computer. I'm going to search card games. My results are.
Try trading card games, because if you just search card games, you'll just get shit like poker and blackjack and stuff.
Poker and blackjack. What is that?
I don't know. It wasn't made by ancient Egyptians, so I don't understand it.
Are those card games? Well, let me see. Card games. Yeah, fuck it. That was gonna be the punchline to my joke. I was gonna look up card games and I was gonna be like, Uno, I've never heard of this.
I'm sorry, I didn't realize you were setting up a joke.
Yeah, fuck. All right.
It was such a good joke that you fooled even me.
All right, trading card games. Let's see, Wikipedia. I don't know if we actually considered Magic the Gathering in our discussion about this.
I really don't know enough about it to comment. I just know that its fans are something. Digimon. That wasn't a card game, I don't think, but
well, we could. Well, neither's Beyblades, but we were talking about it.
Yeah, we're kind of just talking about cringy merchandise-based collectible anime shit.
What is Digimon? I can't remember what the deal is with Digimon. Oh, it's like Tamagotchi.
It's Pokemon. No, I told you it's Pokemon, except even more furry bait.
Oh man.
Oh yeah. So speaking of Magic the Gathering, that's relevant because the parent company of that is the same as Dungeons and Dragons, where the Dungeons and Dragons community is currently burning.
Is it?
Yeah, basically, Wizards of the Coast, it got leaked that they're releasing a new version of the, what's called the Open Gaming License, which, basically is what everything that's based on D&D is licensed under. The previous version of the OGL was generally very lax. And there for the record, there's a lot of stuff based on that license, from Pathfinder to fucking Knights of the Old Republic. If you didn't know, KOTOR is based on D&D. So there's a lot that's based on this license. And it got leaked that they're planning on releasing a new version of this license that revokes the old version and basically allows Wizards of the Coast to heavily monetize and also have an unlimited license to anything that's made under the OGL. So basically, if that ends up going through, any making any fan content for D&D is going to be not profitable. Making anything like Pathfinder is going to be not profitable. And I have a feeling that people like Disney, who own Star Wars, and people like Paizo, who make Pathfinder, are not going to be happy about this.
Yeah, that sounds like it'll be a fun fight to be had.
Yeah.
But it sounds kind of like they're doing like kind of what Nintendo does, where they're like, you can't, don't play my video games unless we give you permission because you're nice to us.
Sort of, except it would be like that, except if Nintendo had for years prior said explicitly, yes, it is okay if you stream our video games and whatever. Like, it would be like if they just immediately pulled a complete 180 on it.
Yeah, it's kind of like how Konami did a 180, where they're like, we're making video games. And then they were like, no, we're not!
I mean, I guess they are now. Are you excited for Silent Hill F?
Sure.
I mean, I'll be honest, Silent Hill F, at least from the tiny little bit that we've seen of it, looks like it could be okay. That's not getting my hopes up, because this is Konami we're talking about, but...
Called Silent Hill F.
Yes.
It's like... Yahtzee has some review where he talks about a video game that does the same thing, where it's like you're really just setting yourself up to be like made fun of by every critic.
Oh yeah, I think it was oh Christ, what was it? I don't know. I'm blanking.
This basic principle where it's like, yeah, you're not doing yourself any favors there. All right, still working on that.
That would be, yep. It'd be like if Sega made a new video game called Sonic Sucks.
Or Sonic Dreams Collection. We're still working on starting the game, I see.
Yes.
Is this what happened last time you played?
Oh yeah, this is just kind of a normal part of the game. No electrics, this is garbage.
As long as this is normal, I just want to check in because this is not a podcast. I want to reiterate, this is a video game playthrough.
Yeah, honestly, that's kind of why I'm glad I have you here with me, is because otherwise constantly resetting this game is a little bit boring.
Gaming content right here. Well, it's kind of like sometimes when you have a YouTuber, or like you ever watch a YouTube video where it's like somebody's talking about something, or like it's from a podcast, or maybe somebody's doing a review. So, it could be anything. And clearly the person who put together the video only had so much footage that they could use, and it just keeps looping over and over again. Like, Your Movie Sucks has some old reviews like this, where like he was just putting something together based on a trailer, because the movie hadn't come out yet, and so it's just like the same trailer footage looping over and over again while he That's kind of what this is like, except it's probably going to be for the next 4 hours. So,
Usually this only takes like half an hour max.
all right. Well, I haven't been keeping track of time. I don't know how long we've been going, but I don't know.
About half an hour, but keep in mind we also spent some time talking at the beginning, and I got one good deck that I immediately just ruined the run on.
Nice. I don't know.
Because I accidentally accepted a duel with Mr. Blue Dabba D.
And we don't like him because he's blue, and we're prejudiced against blue people.
Because of Eiffel 65.
No, it's a reasonable prejudice.
Actually, no, it's because of that fucking Calvin Harrison Bebe Rexha song.
It's because of the movie where Paul Giamatti is an evil movie producer and he becomes blue. Also, yes, that song's really bad, and I saw someone on Twitter try to defend it, and I'm sorry, like, you can't defend everything with, hey, it's, who cares if it's bad? Because, like, this song sucks, because it just, like, you realize how bad you have to be to make me, like, nostalgic for Eiffel 64, whatever their fucking name is? Like
65, Andrew. Put some respect on their name.
Think of the Nintendo 64, because they have that song that's all about video games.
That is true, but those are PlayStation games.
I'm not even getting the right.
And you know, because they spell out PlayStation in that song.
They do. That's their best song, to be clear.
I like Blue, and I agree.
But yeah, I
mean, anyone watching this probably knows that I enjoy Blue. Because Chop Bluey.
I like blue as a color. It's all right. All
right. What are your thoughts on Chop Bluey, Oob?
So yeah, the color blue is a good color. Comes in a lot of shades. You get like a dark blue, like a navy blue, like an ocean blue, sky blue, like a misty blue, a baby blue.
I have a girlfriend, and she is so blue.
That was just the lyrics of the song. It's just people listing out shades of blue with like a really crappy like auto-tune. Baby blue, corduroy, indigo.
PLAYSTATION.
I know what my counsel is.
Yeah.
Who's fucking listening still? We're talking about Eiffel 65 songs. What fucking...
What else do you talk about when you're resetting Yu-Gi-Oh! Forbidden Memories?
What kind of... What middle-aged French fucker is watching this still?
Somebody is very mad that we're insulting Eiffel 65, Andrew.
I mean, I feel like we've been pretty nice about it. You said you like Blue, dabba dee dabba da. I said I like my console. That's way nicer than most people are to Eiffel 65.
That is very true. Dabba dee dabba die.
I mean, I don't know. I feel like we should change the subject before all the people leave the stream.
Nobody's been watching this whole time.
For the time capsule. When people look into the time capsule,
you're right. I keep forgetting about that.
They're gonna see the cross stitching with boobs, and they're gonna watch this, and I mean, we gotta give them something interesting to listen to. This is years in the future when there's not gonna be like trees anymore, and half the population is gonna get wiped out by like the nukes, and so like it's harder to find entertainment at that time in history. Or future history. It's not history yet, but will be eventually. After Elon Musk and the robot army takes over.
I thought Elon Musk was the one that was afraid of the robot army.
Well, he wants to put a chip in your brain. I know that.
Oh.
And he to make you know what's interesting? You know what?
Because I thought he was the one that was like freaking out about how AI is going to kill all of us. Maybe I'm thinking of someone else, but I thought Elon Musk was doing that.
Maybe. He tweets a lot. He's active on Twitter. I don't know if you know that.
I was not aware.
Sometimes he gets on Twitter. You know, but the interesting thing about Elon Musk is that
there's the one interesting thing about him
that he sometimes likes to dabble in conspiracy theories, and you know, he's recently, and by recently I mean like I don't know, like I remember the other day or last week or whatever, I don't remember when, but he was like talking about climate change or like something like that, and he was like, I don't know if I believe in climate change. I'm paraphrasing, but you know, sometimes he was talking about like, oh, I don't know, I think that the lizard people, I think they just made up climate change or something, and it's like you make electric cars. Your whole brand is you make cars that don't use fossil fuels. And to me, this seems like it's a bit of a contradiction of like the messaging you'd want to have if you're somebody who, like, to me, I would think that the type of person that would want a Tesla would be someone who cares about the environment. And in order to care about the environment, I mean, I guess it's possible to not believe in climate change and care about the environment.
You see, Andrew, I think what you're ignoring right now is that Elon Musk is always the smartest person in any room that he's in. So really, your criticisms of him, they're just coming from a lesser being. What do you think about it?
You're doing sarcastic praise, and that doesn't work. That's not what I was talking about earlier. You have to sarcastically make fun of him, because then the Elon Musk...
I feel like it works both ways.
I don't think it does. I think that if, you know, the Elon Musk fans see you sarcastically praising him, they're going to think, oh, he's being sarcastic, he's being a hater, and
I'm literally just repeating things that Elon Musk fans have said about him.
Eating this fucking screen! Alright, let's talk about something else.
We have been demonetized 20 times over right now.
Favorite episode of Static Shock? The show from the 2000s.
Oh, Christ. I don't remember any episodes of that show. I haven't seen that in, like, probably 18 years or something.
What I'm here for. I'm here to open up parts of your memory that you didn't know you still had access to.
All right, let's go for it.
Because I'm going to tell you right now.
I remember that one time when I was a little kid, I had a dream about an Ape Escape and Static Shock crossover, and I don't remember anything about it.
Static Shock would be very good at Ape Escape because he could fly around on his disc and then scoop up the monkeys with the net without having to worry about jump physics or anything.
That is true.
He'd be very good at Ape Escape, I think, if he was in the game universe. Isn't the whole plot of that game like, oh, there's an asteroid and it's gonna like
what?
No, I think I'm thinking of something. Ignore that. Cut that out in editing. But anyway, Static Shock. There is an episode I'm hoping this is the effect that this is gonna have, is that you're gonna be like, oh my god, I do remember this. Okay. There was an episode of Static Shock with Shaq.
I do recall this.
Yeah, it was an episode with Shaq.
I don't remember anything that happens. I just remember Shaq was there.
Shaq is there, and there's I know that there are 3 bad guys in that episode where they're like they're trying to track down Static Shock, and there's a ferret man. He has a ferret face. And I think he's called the Ferret. I think that's his name. And they give him something, and he sniffs it, and there's like this big guy that's made out of granite or something. And then there's like a Jamaican guy with big fucking feet, just like gigantic feet, and his name is like Kangor or something.
Okay,
because he's
like
screwing up. And every time that he starts jumping around, this weird Jamaican music starts playing.
What the fuck?
And he's like, "Yeah, man, we gotta find Static Shock. Here's the thing." And he gives him the ferret man this thing he's got to sniff. And then he goes looking for Static Shock. But when he finds Static Shock, fucking Shaq is there too.
It's Static Shack?
That Static shit. That's probably what the episode's called. If that's not what the episode is called, then someone needs to be fired from a show that discontinued like 15 years. But and then Shaq and Static Shock and Static Shack beat him up. They fight him. They like throw weights at them. They're like in a gym, and there's.
Oh, I was hoping Shaq would like throw basketballs at him.
I think that they dunked the big guy in a basketball.
Yeah, they dunked on him.
I can't. What you're gonna have to do is after this is done, you're gonna have to go through in editing and splice in things that happen in that episode of Static Shock. Which means you're gonna have to.
I'm not recording locally. How would I do that?
You'll find YouTube. You're gonna find the episode. You're gonna watch it. You're gonna find a way to get it downloaded so you can edit it.
I just use my mind powers to put the episode of Static Shock into this. Gotcha.
That's your superpower. If you were a Static Shock character, you would your power would be to edit anything.
No, my power would be to start a Yu-Gi-Oh! Forbidden Memories run with a good deck.
They call them like bang babies, if I remember. It was the Big Bang was when all the gangbangers got.
Oh yeah, that sounds familiar.
Mm-hmm. And I know there was a fire guy. And I hated him as a kid. He was I like always wanted him to get his ass kicked. And then there was a bird girl who was like a Latina. And then there was like
probably my favorite character.
'Cause she's a bird.
Yeah.
There was an episode where the Joker and Harley Quinn show up. I remember that.
I remember that one.
Harley Quinn and the Joker show up.
Was Batman also there?
Oh, of course. I mean, why the fuck would Joker be there and not Batman?
I mean, isn't there a movie about that?
It would be. Yeah, Joaquin Phoenix shows up in one of them.
At least it's not Jared Leto.
Yeah, they both show up. They're both. It's like every Joker who's ever lived shows up. Jack Nicholson's there. Cesar Romero's there. Mark Hamill. Well, Mark Hamill's the actual one.
This is starting to sound like that one Super Eye Patch Wolf video on Space Jam 2.
And what was I talking about? We're getting sidetracked here. But yeah, it would be really wild if there was an episode with the Joker and Harley Quinn, but then like the crossover was with like the Flash or something. Or it's like, oh god, if someone even more obscure, it's like, oh yeah, it's like
oh
Joker,
boy, it's Aquaman.
Come to Static Shock City. Who will come save the day? And it's like Red Tornado. It's like, who the fuck are you?
I don't even know who you're talking about.
Red Tornado is a robot tornado man. He's red, and he's got a tornado body.
Valid.
He's a DC character. So he would be in the same universe because DC is who makes Batman, and Red Tornado is a DC character.
Oh yeah, I realized something. Kind of going off of the same logic. The other day I realized that if all of the Tekken 7 crossover characters are canon, which Akuma in the story mode leads me to believe, that means that Street Fighter and The Walking Dead are set in the same universe.
And also, what's the one?
And Soul Calibur.
Yes. Yeah, no, you're right. You're true. True and valid. Red Tornado.
All right.
I'm looking up to see if Red Tornado has any like actual storylines, like any like proper comics dedicated to it. There probably are because there's a comic book for fucking one, but
There's a
wasn't
comic
sure.
book for the California Raisin.
Is there really?
No.
I'm gonna look at California Raisin comic book.
What I want to know is how there's a Crazy Frog video game and not an Eiffel 65 video game.
There is. There is a under the California Raisin. There is a California Raisin comic book.
That doesn't.
Sorry, the way I was looking at the thing, you said something and it made it sound like I was affirming the other thing you said, but I was actually affirming the California Raisin.
Yeah.
Sorry, that I just so the viewers don't get confused. What was the thing you said? I'm sorry.
I completely lost track.
Yeah, that tends to happen when California Raisin comic books get brought up. Speaking of, we're still Leo. Oh my God, when are we gonna be?
Ha 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 ha.
That's my brain right now because I'm going insane looking at this.
As soon as I get a deck that doesn't suck again.
Can't you just use any ass deck?
No.
Just fucking use whatever deck.
Unless you want to see me grinding a million times later, then no.
Okay, I don't even
If
know
I
what
just
this
used any deck, it would make this worse.
Is there a hack where you can make your own deck?
I mean, it would totally invalidate the run, but I could do that, I guess. Just keep talking. That's why you're here.
Keep talking about Static Shock.
Yeah.
Right. Static Shock. Okay, let's see.
This is a podcast now.
It's not a podcast. Static Shock is related to Yu-Gi-Oh! Because Static Shock.
They were both on Kids WB.
Well, there you go. Exactly. It's related because WB. Let's see. Static Shock. I mean, we were talking about comic books. Static Shock is based on a comic book. There you go. Let's see. Static Shock. I'm gonna find a character from Static Shock to talk about. All right. Find it.
Hey, what's up, Joanna?
Let's see.
Guess what, Oob? We have a viewer now.
Oh, I hope they like Static Shock.
Have you ever watched Static Shock, Joanna? Because that's what we're talking about now. I don't remember anything about it, so... Aside from the fact that Shaq was in an episode, apparently.
Shaq was in an episode.
I meant the apparently, as in I apparently do recall that.
Shaq was in an episode. The Joker was in an episode. According to Wikipedia, there was also an episode with. So this is kind of interesting. The Hoop Squad, which you brought up Space Jam. You Space Jam earlier.
I'm sorry, I just heard the words Hoop Squad and that killed me.
There's an episode with the Hoop Squad, which is 4 IRL NBA players from the 2000s: Karl Malone, Tracy McGrady, Yao Ming, and Steve Nash. Interestingly, only Karl Malone actually voiced himself. The other 3 are voiced by voice actors.
What the hell? Before you said that, I was about to ask, is this just the kids' version of the Boondocks?
I mean, no, because there's less black nationalism in Static Shock. Only minor nationalism. Um, but I don't understand why Karl Malone voiced himself. So I guess the question I have is, did Karl Malone agree to voice himself, and then they were like, "Oh, great, we'll get three other guys to be the Hoop Squad," and then all the other NBA, like literally every other NBA player was like, "This is dumb. I won't do this. Space Jam is bad. It's 2004 now. We know better." And so they were like, well, will you at least give us the rights to your likeness, and then we'll hire voice actors? And they were like, sure. And then Karl Malone was still like, but I want to voice myself. That's like one theory. The other theory is that they had no intention of ever having anybody voice themselves, but Karl Malone was like, no, I need to voice myself so you don't get me wrong.
I don't know anything about Karl Malone, so I can't comment.
We're going to talk about Karl Malone for 12 minutes. Karl Malone was born in Summerfield, Louisiana in 1963. He is a professional basketball player who spent most of his career with the Utah Jazz. Side note, why is there a basketball team in Utah?
I feel like we've had this discussion before, but
it's called the Jazz. I feel like calling a basketball team in Utah the Jazz is more racially offensive than any Native American mascot or anything, because this is offensive to me. Okay, as a man whose race you can't tell, but I'm not black, but I'm going to be offended about this because it's morally wrong. But anyways, Karl Malone played for the Jazz. Him and John Stockton were probably the best players in the history of the Jazz franchise. And he won the MVP twice in 1997 and 1999. He was a 14-time All-Star. His number 32 was retired by the Utah Jazz. He was elected to the Basketball Hall of Fame in the year 2010. His nickname was the Mailman. I'm guessing it kind of sounds like Malone, and so like Mailman.
I don't know. But has he ever released a rap song about how he's got a whole lot of money?
Let me see. Let me look. So I don't see anything about rapping, but his acting credits. He starred in the film Rockwell, which does not have a Wikipedia article. It's a 1994 movie. This is what it says. It says Malone started in 1994 film Rockwell as a member of Porter Rockwell's team. That doesn't help me.
Who's Porter Rockwell?
Okay. So if I click on Porter Rockwell's Wikipedia, apparently he was a Wild West figure. He was the bodyguard and personal friend of Joseph Smith, the founder of the Latter-day Saint movement, also known as Mormonism. He was also the bodyguard of Brigham Young, who was another founder of Mormonism.
Okay, then.
Apparently, there's some movie about the bodyguard of these two guys that has Karl Malone in it, and he's part of his quote-unquote team.
Yeah, when you said team, I thought it was like a basketball movie about a basketball team.
Now, we don't know that that's not true. We don't. There could be creative liberties in this movie that we don't know. I gotta look this movie up.
Hey, are you telling me we've just found the Western version of Space Jam?
This is why you watch our stream. We're learning stuff.
It's certainly not for the gameplay.
I'm just gonna go. Well, there is no gameplay.
That's what I'm saying.
Okay, so anyways, I'm going on to Karl Malone's IMDb. Rockwell. All right, here we go. Oh my god. It looks like. Hold on. If it'll load. So Karl Malone is the person on the poster.
Okay.
Now, because he's so the movie's called Rockwell. It's about this historical figure called Rockwell, of whom Karl Malone
Is
like,
a member of his team,
some guy,
quote
but
unquote.
he's on his name's on the cover as well. Because probably like how else are they going to sell this thing? All right, story based on Porter Rockwell, bounty hunter and bodyguard of Joseph Smith and Brigham Young. Director Richard Lloyd Dewey.
What if he just plays himself like Kareem Abdul-Jabbar in Airplane?
It's rated R. User reviews 10 out of 10. The events in the movie are accurate to the best of my knowledge. I thought the movie was as true to the real story of Porter Rockwell it could be.
Okay, look up the story of Porter Rockwell and see if there's any slamming and or jamming.
However, semicolon. I'm not sure why he's using a semicolon. That's not really the proper use of a semicolon.
Yeah, that would be a comma there.
However, semicolon, capital T this page on IMDb has no section for goofs. If it did, there would be a lot of errors sent in.
Oh.
Period. For example, capital B before. I'm pointing this out because there's a lot of weird capitalization in this review. But for example, before Marianne Neff is held at gunpoint, she puts a large board across the door to lock it. Rockwell comes through the same door and the board is gone.
Say it ain't so.
Also, during the square dance, one of the band members is playing an open back tenor banjo. The Windsor Banjo Company is credited with inventing the open back banjo after they started making fretted instruments.
Oh, we got a Back to the Future here.
Hmm? Who's this guy? Also, when Porter kills the two men that later dumps into the well, then he comes up with 2 body bags while in the wilderness. I'm sorry, I'm not sure what I just said because he spelled "while" W-I-L-E, and my brain stopped about the thing he's saying and just started thinking about the spelling, and the overall grammar of this review is really unprofessional, in my opinion. I thought the movie was pretty well done for a low budget 10 out of 10. It was Parrish Kyle was the guy's name. This review was written in July of 2006.
I see this has just turned into an episode of Retsu Fresh.
This is a podcast about the 1994 movie Rockwell starring Karl Malone. And this guy's review of it.
And if you look on page 162, there's a review that says, "Awesome. Sucks my favorite."
I kind of want to... this guy could have just added a goof section. Like, I've never... I mean, maybe he could. I don't know. I've never edited an IMDb page.
I think the reviews section is a better place to put that grievance out there.
I suppose. There are other reviews of this somehow.
What's this basketball player's name again?
Karl Malone.
Well, people are coming for Karl Malone and they're staying for Rockwell. Staying
for the banjos, apparently, the square dancing. Kalavic left a 2-star rating, saying such a disappointment.
Oh.
I wasn't expecting much from this low budget film, but was looking forward to it all the same. It could have gone either the folklore route or historical route, and been incredibly interesting if done at least halfway decent. That is where it all goes wrong. It did nothing except show a guy dressed up as him trying to make tough, thoughtful facial expressions. None of the scenes are personal in any way.
So what, is it just like an hour and a half of a camera focusing on a guy's face while he looks constipated?
There is a guy with a name. Girls have crushes on him. I think maybe the reviewer's a little jealous. I think the reviewer had a little crush.
He's showing his true colors here.
Maybe he's a little jealous because Rockwell, does a little better with the ladies than he does, I think. It's a theory. We are shown that there are historical characters who were in history. Historical characters from history, yes.
I thought he meant historical characters from the future. Glad he cleared that one up for me.
That's what we were talking about earlier. When Elon Musk and the lizard people or the robots or whatever, I don't remember. Anyway, there are shady guys who feel the need to shift shady glances constantly each time they mention the Mormons' property.
Oops.
People shoot at him and he shoots them. Karl Malone is there.
So anyway, I started blasting.
Oh, by the way, he spelled Karl Malone's name wrong.
Not a true fan.
Karl is spelled with a C. Well, I would care less, but his name's on the fucking poster. Well, and presumably the DVD, although who knows?
Well,
maybe
clearly this guy is just a Karl Malone hater, so he's going to dislike this movie.
This guy purchased the DVD. Maybe the DVD just came in a sleeve or something. But you know, it's spelled his name wrong. So I'm giving this review with 2 out of 10 stars for my rating of it. But anyway, the review continues. All of the time spent tying in a narrator feels convoluted and does nothing to provide insight into the title character. I really didn't see how it was possible to write such a horrible script and direct such a horrible film when there is so much material to write it off. Okay. And so many effective, straightforward methods of telling the story.
I can't believe that somebody would make such a terrible movie. This is awful. 2 out of 10.
For instance, the first scene shows some kid's parents get shot. It goes to Joseph Smith's house and sees Rockwell there. Now we know he was a friend of Smith, and we are later told they were friends from childhood. Why not just open up by showing Rockwell trying to bust Joseph out of prison? Later, we see an enactment of Smith's assassination who has been introduced but not developed. This tells us nothing about Rockwell. Also, it was hard not to get distracted by the comic mob noises.
I don't know why I thought you were going to say that it was hard not to get distracted by the Comic Sans, and I thought you were talking about the review.
Really getting distracted by all the issues. Static, the comic book series that later became the show Static Shock, starring Karl Malone. I wonder if that was some kind of a reference. I'm making all of this up, by the way. I want to be clear.
I couldn't have guessed.
Well, here's the thing. It occurred to me halfway to saying that this person could say anything. You don't know. And anything could be in this movie. I have no idea what is in this movie. Other than apparently there are square dances, girls having crushes, Mormons,
and Karl Malone.
Historical characters from history, and a prison break.
Historical characters. I can't get over that.
Okay, now I'm continuing the review now.
Please do.
Now, this is a long review. Now throw in stale dance scene to give Karl Malone some time on stage. Others have mentioned the play scene. By now, we feel like we're getting deliberately insulted. The only saving grace, of which there is little, are the sequences and quotes that made Rockwell a legend. The ear collector scene was solid enough.
Ear collector?
The ear collector scene was solid enough.
Alrighty then.
I mean, it's a Wild West movie. They collected ears. You know?
Bring out your ears.
I mean, you ever read Blood Meridian? There's a guy who carries a necklace of ears around his neck, you know? So it's the thing, you know?
All right, I'll trust you.
They depict it in the movie, apparently. Ear collector. And apparently it was a pretty solid scene.
According to this guy.
According to this guy. Problem is, at least 80% of the film should be like that.
Just ears everywhere.
We get less than 10%, though. Less than 10% of ear collecting.
God damn. That is an injustice.
Conclusion. If you have a Mormon grandpa, go camping with him and he'll spin a good Porter Rockwell yarn or two. If you don't, find a good book on it. I'm sure someday there will be an amazing film too, but this ain't it. 2 out of 10. I want to point out 0 out of 12 people found this helpful. So, There's some debate. This was a
There's some
controversial.
debate, but overall, people did not find this review helpful.
It was a controversial review within the Rockwell community. Do you think? Hold on. I want to double check something before I make this joke. I want to make sure I'm remembering this guy's name right. All right, good. I can make this joke. What if the singer Rockwell was in the movie Rockwell?
I was going to make a joke about somebody's watching me, but I couldn't figure out a way to work it in.
Because I couldn't actually remember if Rockwell was the guy's name. I didn't want to say it and have you be like, what? His name is like, okay, his name is Rockwell. Yeah, I wonder if Rockwell, that would have been a better cameo, actually, you know.
What if Cameo was in that movie? Word up!
Karl Malone he played for the Utah Jazz and Mormons, Utah. I get it, but I'm just saying Rockwell would have been he would have made more sense because his name's Rockwell. But anyways, I don't want to read any more reviews because we could legitimately spend the entire time talking. There are a surprising amount of reviews.
All right, now you got to go on to Newgrounds and look up reviews for the Meat and Fuck games.
No, that's not gonna happen. But I would also I want to add to the time capsule that we're building. We're gonna have the cross stitching of boobs, this stream,
and this review of Rockwell.
I was gonna say the movie Rockwell, but actually that's a better idea. That specific review of Rockwell.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So that's Rockwell. I think that's enough Rockwell material.
And we will put in Back to School by the Deftones. That will go in a time capsule.
Okay, sure. I'm fine with that. Whatever. All right, let's see. I'm still on the Karl Malone Wikipedia page. We haven't learned all there is to learn about Karl Malone, the man, the myth.
The Karl Malone.
Mailman. He went to college
Damn it.
He went to college at Louisiana Tech. He was the 13th overall pick in the 1985 NBA draft by the Utah Jazz. According to Malone's official NBA biography, if professional scouts had correctly predicted the impact Karl Malone would have on the NBA, Malone would have been picked much higher than the 13th in the 1985 NBA draft. Well, yeah, I mean, yeah, if I could look into the future and know that like someone was going to be awesome or whatever, yeah, no shit, we would have been picked further. That's dumb. That's a dumb statement. Who said that? His biography? Who was the first overall selection in that draft? I want to know. It was Patrick Ewing. I mean, like, I don't know. If I'm a Knicks fan, which, you know, I don't hate myself that much, but if I was a Knicks fan, you know, I don't know if I'd give up Patrick Ewing for Karl Malone. I don't know.
I don't know shit about basketball.
All right, so I guess we'll have to learn about Patrick Ewing now. All right, pulling up Patrick Ewing's Wikipedia page. Patrick Aloysius Ewing, born in Jamaica, Kingston.
How about we look at Konami?
All right, I'm gonna look up the Wikipedia page for Konami. Konami is a Japanese multinational video game and entertainment company headquartered in Chuo, Tokyo. It also produces and distributes trading cards, anime, tokusatsu, pachinko machines, slot machines, and arcade cabinets. Konami has casinos around the world and operates health and physical fitness clubs across Japan. Konami's video game franchises include Metal Gear, Silent Hill, Castlevania, Contra, Frogger, Tokimeki Memorial, Parodius, Gradius,
I like
Yu-Gi-Oh!
how they mentioned Parodius before Gradius.
I don't know what either of those are. So
They're both space shooter games. Parodius is specifically a parody of Gradius.
oh, okay. Sui Koden and Pro Evolution Soccer. Apparently, they also own a company called Bimani, which
Yep. They were basically Guitar Hero before Guitar Hero.
Yeah, Dance Dance Revolution and Beat Mania.
Yep.
Apparently, they also own Bomberman, Adventure Island, Bonk, and Star Soldier.
Bonk? What the hell is Bonk?
Bonk? You never heard of Bonk?
No.
Bonk. I don't fucking know what Bonk is. It's a video game character. Oh, it's a Bonk is a character apparently. A video game character and former mascot for NEC's PC Engine TurboGrafx 16 video game console.
TurboGrafx thing.
Bonk. TurboGrafx. Let's see.
Decoration Regeki.
I'm gonna look up a picture of Bonk. Oh my god, he looks like Caillou except mixed with the Flintstones.
Okay,
He's
you
like
know what? This deck isn't great, but I'm gonna roll with it.
He's a caveman version of Caillou. That's what Bonk. Great. I want to talk about Dance Dance Revolution. I've decided that's the next topic. Do you
okay, I didn't screw up the dialogue prompt. We have a run.
Oh my god, the game is starting. Okay, alright, great. We can stop talking about shit.
No more Karl Malone, no more Bonk.
No more Rockwell.
Alright, so you go to your room and then you come out and the entire palace is destroyed and Raisin Man's here and he's talking shit.
I hate when my palace is destroyed.
And then he's like, yo, check out my phallic object. And then this chick is like, hey, I'm never gonna appear again after this. And here's ancient Egyptian Kaiba being a dick. He's like, haha, I'm gonna take your sister out and not pay for dinner.
I don't know if I'm more or less disturbed by the fact that he's just white. Like, even though he's supposed to be Egyptian. Like,
would you rather he look like Raisin Man here?
I'm sure it's certainly better.
Would you rather he be blue dabba dee dabba die?
I think they probably should have just not made this game.
How do you know? We're just getting started. So anyway, I have to lose this duel.
Is this game just going to be card games?
Mostly. I don't know what you expected from a Yu-Gi-Oh video game.
I don't know.
But yeah, if you don't lose this duel, he's just like, oh, there's no way you could beat me. I challenge you again. And that just keeps happening until you lose.
Card games. I love card games.
Yeah, anyway. Here's where I would explain how the rules differ from Yu-Gi-Oh, but you know nothing about that, so...
You know, I've been talking a lot. You should take a chance to talk about Yu-Gi-Oh! And how what's the deal with this game? You've played this game before. What's your strat?
Alright, so... A lot of this game revolves around, this may or may not make sense to you. So basically, this game revolves around fusing cards out of your hand into other cards that you don't even have in your deck. It's just when you play two cards together, if they are compatible with each other, they will automatically fuse into a stronger card. And the entire game is based around knowing those fusions, and this guy's like, attention, duelists!
Is your friend still in the chat?
Yes, but she's playing a game, so...
Oh, she should be taking notes on this.
And anyway, Taya gives us a friendship speech, but I just save, so...
What are your feelings about friendship?
I don't know. That's a complicated question. First, you have to define what friend means. I'm Jordan Peterson.
I mean, just, do you think friendship's good, bad,
I think you should kill all of your friends.
Well, see,
For the sake of YouTube, this was a joke.
You see, my friendship with you is what led to me being here watching this shit, so, I agree.
So as you can see, I just mixed those two cards out of my hand. They did a little swirly around the screen, and bam, I have a Dark Elf.
Alright, I'm gonna try and pay attention here. So we got... Alright, I don't know what the deal is with these cards. So
that's the opponent's turn. I can't see his cards. So I'm just gonna play this card out of my hand. That's a magic card. It gets rid of all of the monsters on his field, which just allows me to attack him directly. See the points in the top right of the screen in one moment here? There you go.
It's a monster. He looks like the gaping dragon. That's cool.
Yeah. I'm trying to get his number on the top right to 0 while keeping my number from hitting 0. That is the main goal.
The snowman!
Yeah. And I'm going to finish him off with the snowman because I'm a badass like that.
This is why Yu-Gi-Oh! Is dumber than Pokemon. Although, I'm not gonna say there aren't dumb Pokemon, but there's no Pokemon that's just a snowman with a derpy face. Okay?
He's also got an umbrella.
Oh, I guess it's weather. I guess it's not a character. It's just weather control. Whatever. Then again, Pokemon has come up with some whack fucking Pokemon. That's just this is Stapler, and it's a stapler with googly eyes glued onto it. It's because it was on the guy's desk and he had no other ideas.
Don't mind me, I'm just going into farm for cards really quick.
He's an office type.
But yeah, basically the fusions in this game, do you see the little icon in the lower right that's got fangs there? And now it's like a little machine, and now it's like a little skull. That shows what type the card is, and that's basically the main factor when it comes to fusions.
Okay.
So basically, I want to get dragons and electrics in my deck, because those fuse together to make Twin-Headed Thunder Dragon, which is basically the best card you can get in the game. But you can get better cards, but that's the easiest.
I like the little gator.
And I've kind of fucked up, because I let him summon a big monster like that. See, if you don't let the opponent have any other monsters on their side of the field, then they won't fuse together cards like that. That's just AI manipulation. Kind of just have to learn how to do that. And also, they spelled Cerberus wrong in his name. Cerebrus.
Maybe that's the guy that wrote that first review I read.
Flame Cerebrus.
Flame Cerebrus, yeah. Or maybe it's just he's a big brain. Look at that goofy gator. I don't know. It's just...
Oh, thanks, douchebag.
Even when Pokemon are goofy, there's a consistency to the art style that it's that looked like it looked like Croc, that little gator.
Kind of. It looked like the mean version of Croc.
The snowman looked like what did that snowman look like? He looked like clip art. I mean,
what's that look like to you?
That looks like a Pokemon. You lose.
Yeah, I'm fighting an opponent that's basically a mirror match. He has the exact same deck as you. I'm just fighting him to get some electric cards.
You didn't. Say let's duel.
My bad.
You
It's
didn't do
time to I don't know.
that. That's why you lost. You didn't say that. If you say that, you'll win.
I don't think I have anything good in my deck. Or in my hand, I should say. That's probably a Toon Gator. Yep. Which means I'm boned. What the hell is he doing? What are you... Oh, you're making a stupid-ass Flame Cerebrus.
Was a card that had Karl Malone on it.
See, if I had farmed longer for a better starting deck, or reset longer for a better starting deck, then I wouldn't have to even do these fights. I would just have electric cards.
I mean, we're not watching the same screen over and over. That's...
I've got a misspelled card of my own. What now, Bick? Oh, I can't really do much with it.
See, this is what earlier. Like, where are we? We're in like the netherworld. There's like pitch black.
I mean, this is a PS1 game. What else is it supposed to render?
What it's like on the show too. It's like at any moment Andy's gonna drop us and he's gonna be like, "I don't want to play with you anymore," and we're gonna fall into a bunch of Yu-Gi-Oh cards that are gonna lead to a trash can or something.
Bye, Yugi.
Yeah. If in the Toy Story universe, if Andy had gotten a bunch of Yu-Gi-Oh cards, would the Yu-Gi-Oh cards have come to life? Would they be functional or like would they be functional as Yu-Gi-Oh cards to the toys in the Toy Story universe?
Well, that depends. Do they have toy-sized Millennium items?
I don't know. Say yes. Why not?
Oh, thank you. Thank you for getting rid of that stupid thing. Now I might actually be able to do something. Alright. It's time to defeat you. Because you're a dirtbag. Now why don't you go home and watch Disney Plus? This is getting stupid. Please say something to save me.
Da.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Alright, what are we looking at? There's a hedgehog.
Well, he got rid of my entire field, but it's okay because I have a snowman in my hand and literally nothing.
Oh man. Alright. You also have Cousin It and the sloth victim from 7.
You know what? This run already sucks. What do you think of this artwork?
like I said, this the sloth victim from movie 7.
Oh my god, why can't I even win a mirror match?
That is a Pokemon. That little yellow guy.
That was a dragon.
I don't care what anybody says. That's a fucking Pokemon.
Well, I did a stupid move. I deserve to lose.
Okay, I don't know what's going on. So
That's
you could
okay.
just
I'll just play Bat, one of the worst cards in the game, and just kill myself.
count. You could literally just tell me that the game's cheating. I wouldn't know the difference.
Oh, the game absolutely does cheat.
All right, there we go. See, you
It's
just gotta keep talking every time you lose.
I don't think the game cheats on this duel, but it absolutely has been proven that it cheats later on.
That means you gotta cheat.
Technically, I'm playing a modded version of the game, so
If everyone's cheating, then it's fair.
that's how speedrunning works.
Yeah. Or you gotta be you gotta just learn the signs. Like that's what the Washington Nationals did in 2019. And they're like, oh, the Astros are stealing signs, so we're just gonna change our signs every pitch. We're just gonna have new signs.
I think I should just bring a gun to all of these duels.
That's also what the Washington Nationals did. They brought guns and they pointed the guns at the Astros. We're gonna kill you if you steal signs.
That's what nobody in the anime ever thought to do. Literally just shoot the other person, and the problem goes away.
Yeah, they point a gun and like, give me your cards. And it's like, oh well, I guess I win.
Of course, if you're not watching the 4Kids dub, then there actually are guns.
They point their fingers, or they point their imaginary guns.
Yeah. Invisible guns, that's what they were.
Invisible guns, right? Sorry.
Hey, guess what? I might actually win a card game. It only took me 5 years.
You know what you got to do if you lose. So when I was a little kid, and I would play Go Fish with my sister, and I would she'd be down to her last card or whatever. Or wait, maybe I'd be down to my last card. I don't know. I forget exactly how the rules of Go Fish works, because it's 10 o'clock or whatever, and I worked a full shift. But I don't know. The point is, I'd be going to pick the last card I need out of my sister's hand, and she knew that if I picked it, I would win, and so she just would grip the card harder, fingers, and then inevitably, what would happen is instead of me winning the game, we would just be fighting over this card, and then we'd start hitting each other, and then my mom would have to come out and break us up. That's how most of the card games would end when I was playing with my sister.
So what you're saying is I should just never play a card, and that way I can't lose.
Exactly, yeah. And if they try and take the card, you should...
That is a perfect speedrun strategy.
Alright, I'm gonna go grab a snack. I'll be right back.
Let's make fire grass, because you don't get to do that. Oh, okay, let's not make fire grass, because I don't know how fusions work. I can't do much of anything.
Alright, I am back. Did I miss any?
Not really. You missed some card game.
Win a card game.
Oh, that makes something? Okay, good to know. What did you get for a snack? Why don't you tell the class?
From the classic movie Robots.
Yo, what if the robot with a big ass from that movie was a Yu-Gi-Oh card?
I just said it was his Aunt Fanny from the movie Robot.
I didn't hear you say it was Aunt Fanny.
That's what, yeah. Where were you asking me? What snack did I get?
Yeah.
I got some oranges.
I thought you were going to say Aunt Fanny.
Little orange. No, I mean, you know, at the right angle, the orange kind of looks like Aunt Fanny. A little bit. You know, we'll see. If I spread it here, you know, I can get Fanny-like shape going. Yeah, there you go.
I think that every video game would be better if it had Aunt Fanny in it.
She's a rather slept-on character. Within,
I should be speedrunning robots instead.
They should add her to Smash before they put Waluigi in.
Are you saying you want to smash Aunt Fanny?
Yes.
Fair enough.
Could you imagine if Aunt Fanny was in Smash? She'd fuck people up. Could you just start swinging her fanny around?
Sure. For some reason, I just imagine fucking Nicki Minaj at the end of Anaconda, like, he loved this fat ass, just screaming at the top of her lungs.
They should have had her Aunt Fanny in the music video for that.
Oh, that makes something? Oh, it's something crap anyway, so I don't care. Alright, for the historians watching this video in the future, you guys need to make a mod of this game where the art for every card is just Aunt Fanny. And if you don't know what Aunt Fanny is, unfortunately, apparently, the masterpiece movie Robots has not been preserved, so I feel sorry for you.
Now I'm gonna throw that movie into the time capsule.
Okay, good. See, we're just adding more to it.
All right, we've got some sort of Kiki's delivery service going on here.
It's a sand. Oh my god, it's a sandwich. Ha ha ha, so funny. Ha ha ha, poop funny. That's what we've been reduced to on Yu-Gi-Oh! Streams.
I didn't say nothing. I'm just sitting here enjoying my delicious oranges. When does Shadow the Hedgehog show up?
He's the final boss.
I thought he's... Oh, so does that, like, California Raisin guy turn into Shadow?
No, he summons Shadow. Well, more accurately, he summons somebody that turns into Shadow.
How long does this game usually take to complete?
I almost had a run that was about 2.5 hours the other day.
Okay. Does that include all the waiting for the deck to?
No.
Okay, so like 3 hours. Okay, cool.
Oh my god. I'm forgetting how this game works, apparently. I still have no electrics. That is awesome.
Do they have all the same types that Pokemon has?
Not quite.
Is that like a standard of trading card games, or did someone rip somebody off?
I really don't know, honestly. I don't play enough card games, and by that I mean I play the right number of card games in real life, which is 0.
Okay.
I
I like the water type,
got nothing.
because all the turtle ones are water types.
I'm trying to think of any that aren't.
I mean, Turtwig might not be, but
No, he is grass type. I'm stupid. Okay, thank you for giving me something good in my hand. I should have done it the other way around, but whatever.
no, the game's cheating. Remember,
Oh yeah, that's right.
game's cheating.
That's okay. Now I've manipulated the AI to do exactly what I want. Nah. I'm not gonna try that. Good idea.
Cerebrus. They really love jerking that camera up and down, too, on this chessboard.
Yeah, if you want to play this game and you have motion sickness issues, tough fucking luck. That was a dumb idea. Just like playing this game. Alright, good news is I win next turn.
Yeah. Happy Lover.
That's the card that looks like a Pokemon.
What if it was just like like a fucking Honey Pop character?
Oh my god, I'm just imagining what the flavor text would be. Okay, I got an electric. Oh my freaking god, took me long enough.
Yeah, we're doing it. We're making progress.
Only one. I got 2. Okay, awesome. We are getting rid of you and you. Goodbye, Karibo. Ooh, and I got a dragon zombie. Awesome. Any other dragon cards? Yes. I think you're starting to see why I like this game. It's about having as many dragons as possible.
I feel like there are games with more dragons than.
Name 3.
Dragon Guard 3.
But I hate that game.
There are more dragons.
Fair enough.
There's Spyro the Dragon. There's
Wait.
Spyro the Dragon 2.
we do not talk about that here.
There's Spyro E the D.
We do talk about that here.
That's 4. I just listed 4 games with more dragons in this game.
Let's make an electric snail. Bolt escargot.
Oh, he goes hard.
Unfortunately, he's making something that can kill it.
Oh, what,
No.
like a French person? Clove of garlic? Like what?
It's, I don't know. There we go. Hey, we got a metal dragon. Now it makes sense.
Were you there the day we were at our friend Cavo's house, and he was talking about the place that made snail pizza down in New York City?
I don't recall this.
I might have been there by myself. Mutual friend of myself and Count. Used to live in Manhattan with his wife, and he said to me that there was this pizza place that specialized, like I'm assuming they had all kinds of pizza, but like their big thing was that they had snail pizza. And I remember what he told me was his review of the place was he understood why someone would like it enough to where they could stay in business selling it, but that it wasn't so much for him.
Right.
Now, I've never had escargot. I have heard that that it's actually quite a tough, like it's really like it's like steak. It's really tough. You kind of
Okay. I've never had it either, so.
chew it to get through it. You know. I don't know. I don't know if I'd ever try it. There are certainly gross foods that I have tried before. Like oysters are objectively the most gross-looking food ever.
Yeah, for the historians watching in the future, I tried oysters for the first time last month when visiting Oob. Not my thing.
No, I didn't like them the first time I tried them, but once you kind of get used to the, you know, the way that they are, and as long as you get one, like for me, I like a West Coast oyster because it's not as briny. You know, you get it with some hot sauce or with I don't know. Usually they'll give you like lemons or something. You know, I like.
Oh, what do you think of this card, Gruesome Goo? It'll show up again in a minute, but
Hold on. All right, I want to see Gruesome Goo.
Actually, let's make a twin-headed, because fuck it. There we go, that's the card I'm going to be making for most of this run. And that's Gruesome Goo!
I can't believe I'm going to say this. I like Muck more.
You see, I don't know enough about the actual trading card game to know if Gruesome Goo is good or not. How about Shining Friendship there? That's cute and totally not a Pokemon.
I feel like this should, like, maybe this is probably a stupid question, but I'm assuming Muck is, like, terrible, right?
It's an alright poison type if you're looking for a defensive, physically defensive Pokemon.
Okay. Alright. Fair. Whatever.
I would never use it, but some people might find use for it.
Does anyone like
And now we
Muck?
get to duel against boobs.
Oh, yeah! There we go! Now this game got interesting.
I didn't want to put that in my deck. Let's get rid of you. And for the record, I named her Split Y, spelled W-A-I. Oh, I love this card, though. Skull Servant. I gotta take time to show off the art.
Scully Boy.
And let's make a card with a name that my friend hates, Skelgon.
Skelgon.
It's a skeleton and a dragon.
Wouldn't like Dragaton or something sound better?
What was that?
Or they could just call him the Bone Dragon. I mean, fuck.
They could call him Boner.
They could, I suppose, also call him Boner. But, you know, I'm sure somebody in... Well, I don't know. I was about to say, you know, somebody probably told them that that's not appropriate for children. But as we know from Dark Souls, sometimes when you go from the Japanese to English, you know, the translations get a little funky.
Oh, I mean, there are cards in the original Japanese version that have their tits hanging out.
Nice. Well, I mean, and also there's Jinx. I mean, and Mr. Popo. And sometimes, you know, they put something out there, and God bless them, they don't quite understand.
I don't need to fuse.
I say Japan like it's like the emperor is the one that's responsible.
It's the entire population of Japan that we blame.
Yeah.
For the people YouTube watching, that was sarcasm.
Or was it?
Yes, it was.
See, but you gotta do like you gotta keep it kind of ambiguous, so like the pro Japan people can be like, oh, he you know, he's being sarcastic, but then like the people that hate Japan be like, oh yeah, he fucking hates.
Are you implying I should be trying to get xenophobes into my audience?
Well, I mean, this is YouTube. I mean, that might be the safest way to keep the stream up. I'm just saying. You think there are a lot of xenophobes that play Yu-Gi-Oh?
I mean, I feel like any way that I comment on this is the wrong answer.
No, like I said, you just gotta be sarcastic about it. But not too sarcastic.
The views of Oobndroobw do not reflect the views of the Count D channel. Hey, let's make a crappy card. There we go, it's crap. Whatever, I don't have to worry about doing these duels well, I just have to win.
As we all know, the way to win is to not care.
Correct.
It's a philosophy that, you know, transcends card games. It starts to find relevance in other areas of your life.
I mean, really, what about Yu-Gi-Oh! Does not apply to all areas of one's life?
Nothing. It's all universal. Yu-Gi-Oh! Has really perfectly captured the, you know, all the core philosophical tenets of existence, really.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Like, friendship.
And solving all of your problems with trading cards.
And, Cerebrus.
And Twink Demon Boys.
Lots of that. All right.
All right, so we're almost 40 minutes into this run here,
All right.
and we just beat America Man.
Oh yeah.
And now I just have a lot of button mashing as a man that hangs donuts from his ears exposits to us.
I am a real American.
What if they got Hulk Hogan to, or I was about to say Hulk Hogan to do the soundtrack for this game. I meant to say Rick Derringer.
Fight for the rights of every man.
So anyway, I touch his boobs. And now I'm in Staircase Land, painted by MC Escher. And I speak to a man with equally ridiculous hair as myself, and he hands me some blank cards because he's a dick, and he refuses to explain anything. And Joey does furry stuff in the background, I don't know.
Well, maybe the cards are blank. It's you know what it is? It's like Kung Fu Panda. You know? Everyone wants the dragon scroll. But then when you finally get the dragon scroll, there's nothing on it because the real secret ingredient the whole time was inside all along.
Well, that's a great theory, but unfortunately, you're fucking wrong as shit.
Oh, why is that?
You'll see.
Okay, alright. Is that a penguin?
Yeah, his name is Bolt Penguin.
Play the penguin card!
I'm gonna fuse him with a dragon.
Oh, penguin card, he's cute!
I'm gonna fuse him with a dragon so he can be a part of a dragon.
Oh!
I can at least look at the card.
Don't do that to the fucking penguin!
The penguin's gonna die if I just put the penguin on the field.
No!
I'm gonna at least look at the penguin. See, we can look at the penguin. There you go. Unfortunately, I have no cards in my hand that I can actually use.
You could use the penguin.
I gotta save the penguin. There we go. And I'm using the penguin now.
Yeah, penguin.
See, now the penguin may
sort of gear Toro monster.
Yeah, the penguin became one of the strongest cards I'm gonna put out in the game. And now I have not Pikachu that I'm going to use for the same purpose.
I just think the Yu-Gi-Oh art style is uglier than Pokemon.
Old school Yu-Gi-Oh, yes, I will agree with you. At least the art in modern Yu-Gi-Oh, I think, looks pretty good. That being said, the game makes zero sense.
The creature design, to be clear, the creature design, like, I kind of do like the aesthetic of, like, you know, the board and the card, like I said, with the little swirly thing, and like, the human characters look better than the human characters in Pokemon, but the creatures look way worse.
You say that when the human characters in Yu-Gi-Oh have hair that's 3 times the size of their heads.
But they look better. Like, they're better design. Like,
I suppose.
Look at Yugi and look at Ash Ketchum.
Oops, I forgot.
And which one has a more captivating design, I guess.
Yeah, I suppose you're right. Even though Yugi does kind of look like a leather gimp, but that is appealing to some people, myself included.
Ash just looks like shit. He just looks like a fucking polygon.
Anyway, I'm about to fight Bakugan. Ooh, I got a Beast Fangs. That's lucky.
The characters in Pokemon, like, they all look like they should be the advertisement on some sort of fucking Japanese cookie company. Like you go on one of those stores and there's like a bag of chips and then like it's what's the girl's name on that show? I don't even remember.
Misty.
It's just Misty, yeah, and she's got her big anime eyes, and she's like, chips, I love them. They don't taste anything like the flavor it's gonna say it is.
Yeah, now that you mention it, I can't really think of too many human Pokemon characters, even from the games, whose designs really stand out to me in a positive way.
No. The monsters look better, but that's fine. I mean...
Well, I mean, I hope they would. That's what the entire series is about.
I suppose the monsters and the trading card stuff's not as much of an appeal with Yu-Gi-Oh, is it? It's more about the drama or whatever.
It's about the story.
But the friendship.
It's about the atmosphere.
The real card game was the friends we made along the way.
Nope, that's going to make I can do that. Yeah. Okay, as long as he doesn't do something stupid, I think I'm good. But yeah, I made a dragon with an anus for a face.
Made a Jabberwock, that's cool.
Now, I don't off the top of my head know of any cards that look like porgs, but if I think of any, I will mention them.
That's cool. I do love porgs. It's true.
We are a pro porg stream.
I don't think anybody even thinks about porgs anymore.
I don't even watch Star Wars.
What was from like 7 years ago, or something like that? Or no? What was it? That was The Last Jedi, right? That was maybe like
I don't know.
5 or 6 years. It's also a movie people weren't quite sure about. It was a little bit controversial when it came out.
Not enough porgs.
Yeah, that's what the people were. There were people who were like, there's not enough porgs in this movie. And then there were people who were like, there's the proper amount of porgs, you can't overdo it. And that was it. It was the only two people.
I was about to say, those are the only two viewpoints on that topic that I can imagine anybody having.
The only two. I can't believe what happened to that porg that I had. You know, I had an ex-girl. I got her porg. Or no, I did. You got her the porg because you knew she'd hate it. Blamed me for it.
Yes. I know that invigoration isn't going to work, but whatever.
She made me keep the porg because she hated it. And so I would keep him in the, in my car. He'd sit next to me. He'd be my little car buddy. And then I went off to college. And then the ex-girlfriend, she was like, well, I'm going to miss you. Can I keep the porg? Now she likes the porg. She
took custody of the porg.
She was going to miss me because it was at college. So I give her the porg. Only to find out I come back later and she lost the porg. And then, a couple months after that, she eventually found it, that it had fallen out the window and it was outside, and one of the neighbor cats fucked the shit out of it. So
I kind of forgot how that story ended.
The porg had a big old fuck hole inside of it. She had to get rid of it. I can't believe the porg deserved a more honorable death than that.
How do you know the porg actually died from it?
Are you saying she made up the story about it having a big
No,
fuck
I'm
hole
saying
in it?
I'm saying the porg might have survived.
Well, okay, maybe it survived getting raped by the cat, but it didn't. The ex-girlfriend took it and put it out of its misery. I know that.
How do you know that somebody did not go to the landfill, find that porg, and nurse it back to perfect health?
Maybe they did. I don't know. I guess you're right. I guess I need to have more a more optimistic look on life.
Yeah, like you need to...
I need to watch more Yu-Gi-Oh!
Yeah, learn about the power of friendship. And that's probably going to be a wall. Or a meteor dragon. Am I getting... Oh wait, yeah, that's right. I'm fighting against Pegasus. Or as I have him in my splits, Penguin. I couldn't think of a funnier name for him.
You could have called him Penguin Zero.
That's okay. I still have Seto Wo for Seto, so balance is right in the world.
I always knew Seto was a furry.
He does seem to like his dragons quite a bit. That's rock, right? Yep.
This is thrilling stuff, I have to say.
Oh yeah. This is why I have someone else here to make things interesting. What were you saying?
You took 2 cards and you made it to a super card.
Yeah.
And then that's the card you're going to use to beat the American. Don't fight the American guy.
No, I was fighting Pegasus.
Oh, now we're fighting Pegasus.
And I got a baby dragon out of it.
That's cute. Yeah.
And I got his eye, and I put it inside one of those blank cards.
Oh, that's what the blank cards are for.
I forgot to point it out earlier because we were talking about some dumb shit.
We have not spoken about a single dumb thing tonight.
Anyway, because Ishizu's character didn't actually have, like, a name or character, this character's now demonetized.
Oh, is there gonna be nudity?
No, there's going to be, organizations that we can't talk about. That's, that... You know, it is what it is. It is what it is.
Is what it is. That's that band. I don't remember where that band's from.
California, I think.
Okay, they're from California.
Yeah, she's named after a post-metal band from California that released the album Oceanic.
You're actually not allowed to say that word? I'm serious. I don't know if
I honestly don't know.
It's not like there are other like that, like it's not like it's exclusively what that word means.
No, but this being YouTube, I would like to be safe.
I think YouTube is what do I say about YouTube right now? I think that they are cringe.
I was about to say, I think we can say the C word.
I think they're cringe. Oh, the C word.
Yeah.
Which C word are we talking about?
The salty snack. We're not on Twitch. I'm pretty sure we can say that.
Oh my god! I'm so powerful.
We need to use this power well.
Mm. No, I don't want to say any slurs. I'm not gonna say any slurs. I don't want the algorithm that has been taught all the slurs to start watching. Because I don't want anyone to watch this.
You say as I summon a bean soldier. I need to stop.
You know, when I was younger,
This is just turning into that GDQ run of Jack and Daxter.
hey, when I was younger, you know how BMWs are called Beamers?
Yeah. Oh god, we need to go to a different topic.
Well, whenever anybody was referring to them, they were saying a different word. And I was very confused, because even as young as I was, I understood that that was not a word I should say. I was like, wait, what?
This is, for some reason, this is not what I expected this stream to be.
All YouTube nothing we have said will be again nothing that we should not be going to YouTube jail. Okay, everything that we've said is sanctioned by the UN. I was simply referring to a story about cars.
Anyway, I get her Millennium Necklace.
All right, now you got another card. You're getting all the secret ingredients.
And now I fight Kaiba, who's got a pretty dope shirt, I gotta say.
That is a dope shirt. I would wear that.
Oh, and I do have an acid trap hole, which is good to have. It's a good thing I named that split demonetized.
Yeah.
Alright. What am I getting rid of? Let's get rid of these fairy cards. I swear that was not a slur. That's what the card type is. And if it was, that's a slur that refers to myself.
As far as you know.
I mean, as far as we know, that's just how it is.
We don't know. We can't see you. We don't know what race you are.
But I'm gay.
Oh.
That was the word I was referring to.
Oh.
I said
What?
I'm getting rid of fairy cards. Took you a minute.
I'm not paying attention. What the fuck's going on?
I'm losing. You're probably gonna get to see the game over screen because he's just summoning a bunch of. Well, he only summoned one blue eyes, but.
Oh, it's Iago from Aladdin.
Alright, I probably lose on this turn.
Not with that. Well, with that attitude, you will.
I definitely will now. It's okay, I saved. And that's why I named this split Wyba. And for the record, for the YouTube gods out there, the C word that I was referring to is a certain salty snack, a word that again refers to us.
Yeah, because I'm a salty snack. You know it.
And I am getting crap cards for this Kaiba duel. I mean, I did forget to reorganize my deck again, but still. Alright, that's okay. I'm only an hour into the run. The world record for this, by the way, is an hour 10 minutes.
You can do it.
This duel is about the halfway point of the game.
You can do it.
I can't if I keep getting crappy draws like this.
Pull out your gun.
Oh yeah, I forgot.
Point it at Seto.
Okay, literally just give me a Thunder card. That is all I need. You bitch.
Thunder!
Nope, I'm just getting crushed.
You should play the Brian Johnson card to make the opponent's ears bleed.
There it is, the penguin.
No! You killed him!
It's okay, the penguin saved me.
You killed him!
I didn't kill him. I just made him stronger.
Where'd he go?
He became the dragon.
Dragons are not penguins.
You're not a penguin.
That's true. I'm a salty snack.
Look, I just killed a turtle.
No! Why do you kill all the animals I love?
Because it makes you sad.
No. You invited me on to this stream so you could hurt me.
Yeah, I really don't know why you expected anything else.
Well, the joke's on you, because nothing could hurt me more than the first half hour when we were just watching the same screen over and over and I was talking about some fucking Mormon movie. With Carl Malone.
Joke's on you, nothing could hurt me more than having you on my stream. For the YouTube gods, this was not a joke. Hello?
I'm in another room right now, but I'm listening.
I thought you literally just disappeared after I said that.
That would have been funny. I'm just in the other room. Hold on. I'll be back in a second.
I don't know why I'm bothering to try to
I
fuse cards.
Waited to respond, but I was worried you might actually end the stream.
I just made a big old turtle, and I'll kill Kaiba with it.
Hell yeah!
Kaiba's dead now.
Awesome!
Look, I got his rod. Yeah, because Merrick didn't exist yet, so Kaiba has the rod. And now Yugi's like, is this loss?
You know who else has a rod?
Rod Stewart.
Why would we're never going to talk about Rod Stewart. No.
This is my stream, and we talk about Rod Stewart if I want to, and I don't want to.
There's nothing to say about Rod Stewart. No one has any opinions about Rod Stewart.
I bet you Rod Stewart's mom has opinions on Rod Stewart.
I bet you Rod Stewart's mom is dead.
All right, thanks for hanging out, Joanna. And sitting through our inane bullshit.
She brought up Rod Stewart and then she left.
She said she had to go to sleep. That's a very reasonable response to hearing about Rod Stewart.
Yeah. Yeah, so... No, I was going to say Silver the Hedgehog.
What if Silver the Hedgehog was in this game? Okay, now I have to make sure I don't screw up menuing here. Okay, there we go. We're good.
You know, Silver the Hedgehog kind of looks like a Yu-Gi-Oh character, actually.
You mean a card or like one of the characters in the actual show?
He looks like one of the characters.
A similar hairstyle.
Maybe that's why he, you know, I mean, he has kind of an Egyptian theme going with him. They have that level.
That is true with the stupid pool balls.
One's favorite level of Sonic 06.
Everyone's favorite level of everyone's favorite Sonic game. Let's get rid of you. You.
It's no you.
Where'd that dragon zombie go? I think I took one out of my deck by accident. This is less a speed run and just more of a...
This is like a where the fuck am I going run?
More of, like we said, just a podcast with a video game going on behind it.
Yeah. So what?
And there's a timer going, so it's a speed run. Shut up.
What WB television show should we talk about next? Because that's clearly what the theme of the podcast is. That we're not having.
How about the Shadow the Hedgehog show?
I don't believe there was one, and you know that. Which is unfortunate.
The fuck did he... Oh, I forgot he has Dragumo.
What are some other... I don't know. I don't know what else is on WB. Boondocks? I don't know.
Nah, that's Adult Swim. What if that show was on Kids WB, though?
The Martin Luther King episode?
The Christmas episode?
Oh, hell yeah.
God, I've got dragons in my hand, but I can't do much with them.
A relatable problem.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, this is potentially the worst run of this game I've attempted.
That's good, because it's the one that everyone's watching.
And by that you mean no one.
The people in the future are gonna watch.
How do you know this, Andrew? How do you know anyone's even gonna care about this stupid time capsule?
This joke will never get old.
I don't know, Andrew. I'm starting to see some flaws in your plan.
Listen, I don't care what anybody says. We have actual content to provide. So, anyways,
Now he made the field dark. See, the game's interesting.
Oh, it's purple.
Yeah, it's a good color.
Purple is a great color. See, they should have. It should have been purple dabba dee dabba da.
That doesn't really fit the meter, though.
Purple dabba dee dabba da dabba dee. It's gibberish words. What do you mean it doesn't fit the meter?
Exactly what I say.
You could be like, I'm purple. You do whatever the fuck you want.
You do not
It's
have the songwriting expertise of Eiffel 65, okay? Have you written a song as classic as My Console? I think not.
real word and a bunch of dabbity bibbity boopity boop. It's one word and a bunch of fucking Bill Cosby noises.
You know what? You're just a hater. And that's what's going to happen to you. Lightning is going to strike.
What? Who are we fighting now?
Some guy with dumb hair.
Why is everything purple? Okay, whatever. You won. Who cares?
This guy. That's who I'm fighting.
He looks like the tick. That's what his name is.
Alright, now I get to mash through a bit more text and I start going through the Pokemon gems. Because that's a thing in this game.
Can't you, like, aren't there people who, like, cook up and eat the Pokemon
Yes.
in the games?
Yes. Team Rocket is stealing Slowpoke tails to eat. It's,
Cool.
it's kind of brutal.
He got so quiet there. I was like, oh. Yeah. It's this fucking fictional monster. Is it just? But it's just Slowpoke tail. They don't eat anything else.
It's probably implied that they eat like fish Pokemon.
Because I was about to say I eat so many of those motherfuckers.
Apparently, there is an episode where James tries to eat a Magikarp raw. Well, actually live.
Is there a chicken Pokemon?
Is there? Yeah, Blaziken.
There you go. I'd eat him.
That
guy up. I'll eat his whole ass.
I'd eat a Blaziken in a different way. Anyway, let's fight Pegasus.
Remember when you were in, like, elementary school and they give you chicken? It was like the most fucked up chicken. Like you would, like,
I think I forgot to put a trap card in my deck, so AO.
There'll be, like, organs and shit in it.
Wait, what? I kind of lost track of the conversation.
I don't know. I'm having a Vietnam flashback. I don't know. Well, cause, like, okay, when I was in school, when I was in elementary school, whenever I ordered chicken, there'd be, like, weird black stuff in the chicken.
Oh my god! I'm sorry, I just got, like, insanely bad luck in my first free duel against Pegasus. He just played, like, one of the strongest cards in the game, and it is very rare for that to happen.
Damn.
Sorry, that distracted me.
Well, how dare you bring game content into my story about chicken that's not that interesting, and I'm not telling it very well.
I mean, we're having a podcast here. I shouldn't interrupt my co-host.
It is a gaming stream. Is anybody watching?
No.
Oh, well. But anyway, I would order the chicken, and there were these little black things inside the chicken, and I always assumed they were organs, and now that I'm an adult, I understand that makes no fucking sense. But I thought organ, because they kind of look like little organs. But I'm wondering if it's just parts of the bone, or maybe like parts of the chicken that didn't come out right or something. I don't know. Obviously, this is not an experience you had.
Maybe I just repressed it.
Possibly.
I repressed a lot of things from school.
Probably gonna repress this stream.
What are you talking about? You're putting it in the time capsule.
Yeah, but you'll be dead by the time anybody opens that up.
Because people are totally going to care about this time capsule.
Well, you see, we're not going to tell them what's in it, so they're going to assume it's something of value.
Nope.
They're going to open it. Well, hey, no. Once they open it up, and then because they're going to be
just another Chuck Tester original.
Because they're in the future, they don't know anything about our culture. This is going to be the only insight they're going to get. So whether they like it or not, it actually is going to be pretty interesting.
Sure, keep telling yourself that.
I'll learn about Static Shock and Carl Malone and Chicken and Pokemon. And
That's what you come to a Yu-Gi-Oh stream for, is to hear about Pokemon.
yes. Yeah. Do like Pokemon fans and Yu-Gi-Oh fans beef with each other?
I have no idea.
If you think Pokemon fans are like Yu-Gi-Oh, that's gay, and people who like Yu-Gi-Oh, they're like Pokemon, that's for like stupid people.
I think that they I think the Yu-Gi-Oh fans and Pokemon fans like wear different colors and shit, and they have turf wars.
Do you think that there's because the generations that grew up with that are older now? Do you think that there's going to be a Pokemon family is going to have a son, and then like a Yu-Gi-Oh family is going to have a daughter, and then they're going to fall in love?
It's like a Romeo and Juliet, except Yu-Gi-Oh and Pokemon.
Well, I was thinking more like West Side Story, but I guess it's kind of like Romeo and Juliet.
7 and 2 Dragon Zombies.
But yeah, or
12 dragons in the deck.
The people who like Yu-Gi-Oh, they're gonna watch pornography of Pokemon guys fucking their wives. And they're gonna be like, oh, I hate them so much, I hate them!
What are we talking about?
Talking about intense prejudice that Pokemon and Yu-Gi-Oh fans might have towards each other, maybe.
I'm so confused, but I'm just gonna roll with this. This is the greatest speed run ever.
Took a second to actually pay attention to the game. Now you've lost the thread that I was weaving. So
anyway, let's talk about Owen Wilson.
Okay, what do you want to say about Owen Wilson?
I don't know. I was hoping you'd fill in the blanks. We gotta talk about something. Why not O-Dog?
Owen Wilson, he's the voice of Lightning McQueen.
I did not know that.
I know. He goes Kerchow.
I've got to keep track of things for this duel, and there's no way that's happening.
You want me to shut up?
No, keep going. I'll deal with it.
He was in the movie Midnight in Paris, which is a Woody Allen movie. He goes to Paris with his fiance, and the fiance doesn't like the past, but Owen Wilson likes the past. He wants to write a book about Ernest Hemingway and Gertrude Stein and all that shit. And he goes out at night, and when it's nighttime, when it's midnight in Paris, he goes back in time, and Ernest Hemingway's there, and Gertrude Stein is there, and it's the fucking 30s or whatever, and they help him write his book, and then and Owen Wilson's in the movie. That's my review.
Does O-Dog ever go, wow, that's a really old book?
Yeah, he goes back in time. And when it's the 1920s, he goes, wow.
Wow, I'm in the 1920s. That's unbelievable.
Ernest Hemingway, wow. F. Scott Fitzgerald, wow.
Wow, that's amazing.
chow. So that's my
Also,
review.
I hope you have no idea why I'm bringing up Owen Wilson.
Did something happen with Owen Wilson that I don't know about?
No, there was it was an infamous run at Games Done Quick where Bonesaw was running Jack and Daxter, and it was really early in the morning, and basically him and the commentary got very off the rails, and they just couldn't stop talking about Owen Wilson, and that was part of why they were banned from GDQ the next year.
You can't talk about Owen Wilson, then. That's been done before. It's passe. I gotta find some other fucker to talk about.
Well, that was the joke, was that the speed run was going really badly, so we have to talk about O-Dog.
Our speed run's going awesome. This is great. You're not gonna get content like this anywhere else on YouTube. See, you have to have confidence in your brand. And our brand is talking about Karl Malone movies. And the Owen Wilson movie Midnight in Paris, directed by Woody Allen. And Pokemon and Yu-Gi-Oh! Interracial porn.
I feel like just saying that combination of words live on stream can get me banned from YouTube.
Well, we're probably right. Okay, I mean,
I hope
you have anything you have to say about the game?
I hope you're enjoying my second and final YouTube stream.
Well, the first one was just you having technical difficulties, right?
No, I just assumed that would be the case. It actually went pretty well.
How fucked would it be if nobody could hear anything we were saying?
Joanna was replying to us. She said she doesn't know who Rod Stewart is, so...
That's good for her.
Yeah.
Honestly, she's having the best life.
Unironically.
Out of the three of us, she has the best life. But do you have anything you want to say about Yu-Gi-Oh?
I don't know. Getting a essay texts are boring. Basically, I'm trying to get so there's three different there's a bunch of different ranks that you can get for a duel, but they all fall into three categories. A or S POW, A or S Tech, or BCD Power Tech. I'm trying to get SA Tech, which takes the longest, but it has the best drop pool for Pegasus. And
okay.
I think as long as I ditch cards out of my hand, I'm good.
See, that's how you do a good gaming stream, is you talk about your gaming strategy, what it is that makes you successful at the game. You know?
Well, I wouldn't say that makes me successful. We'll have to see what he drops.
Anything about card games that I know, it's that you can strat your way out of them. Which is why
unless it's Yu-Gi-Oh, which makes no sense.
It took 45 minutes just to fucking start the stream.
Yeah. Well, not the stream, but the gameplay.
Okay, you start. Correction, the gameplay. Stream was going. That's why we were talking about Karl Malone.
And we have not talked about anything off topic since.
Now, you want to talk about something off topic?
What you got in mind?
A little plushy turtle that I keep on my couch, and I've got him. He's sitting on my lap right now, and he's just a turtle. He's got he looks like a turtle. It's not like a turtle that's like got weird proportions or anything like that. He's got his feet and his head and whatever, but he's got a tail, right? And the tail, it's not quite close enough to the shell So like if I prop him up like he's sitting on his butt, it kind of just looks like he's a big wiener sticking out.
Maybe that was intentional.
It looks like he is aroused, but not like totally aroused. He's kind of like half chub. He also has no balls.
Well, I think that's, I don't think that's very nice.
No, I not say like literally. I don't. He doesn't have any testicles.
What happened to your shaft, Robert?
Just his half chub. Maybe that's why he's only half chub. He's not getting the right blood flow. Very unfortunate.
Oh my god, I got another super hard mode Pegasus. What the hell is happening?
I'm telling you, speed run. Speed run.
I have grinded this guy That sounds wrong. But I have grinded for cards with Pegasus multiple times. And I very rarely see him play Meteor B. Alright, go ahead and kill me. Oh yeah, go ahead and power him up because he wasn't strong enough yet.
Maybe you need to grind some more, Count.
What do you think I'm doing? Get right back in there.
Never stop grinding.
It's okay, we're only an hour and a half in. Well, hey, and now I have something if he plays that. Unfortunately, I don't have any fusions in my hand. Oh my god.
What if he plays the penguin?
Well, that is game over for me.
Yeah, because you wouldn't be able to kill him because he's too cute and cuddly and fluffy. I like penguins. That's why I have artwork painted by a penguin in my house.
Yes, you do. I have a photo of the penguin that painted the artwork.
Yeah, his name was Disco. He liked to stare.
He was not a disco duck.
He liked to stare. That was his... I'd say if there were any two activities that I know for a fact that Disco the Penguin liked to do, it's he likes to paint and he likes to stare at human beings. I wonder if the penguin on that Yu-Gi-Oh card is related to Disco the Penguin.
Probably. You should ask Disco.
So next time I'm at the the aviary, I will ask him.
Remember that owl that just fell asleep after killing a mouse?
Well, I mean, you never have to take a nap after a big meal?
He didn't even eat it, it was just sitting at its feet.
Well, maybe he used up all his energy killing it.
Yeah, he just looked so cute. He has his chest puffed out. It looked like he was proud of himself.
Maybe he likes to sleep. I mean, I like to sleep.
I mean...
I should be now, but instead I'm doing this shit.
I'm gonna be honest, I don't know how much longer I'm gonna continue this run. It's really bad.
We need to finish the game.
I don't know if I have the energy to finish the game.
How much longer do you think it's gonna take?
Again, I'm on pace to be slower than my first offline run of this game, which was 3.5 hours.
Oh, so not that much longer, right? Because this has been 3.5 hours already, right?
1.5. Yeah, I don't know. I think I might have to call it here.
Well, let's see. Let's give it the old college try. Let's see if we can beat this guy.
I mean, I can. It's just, uh, this is starting to get to me. I don't know.
Would Yugimoto quit?
No, and that kind of dry. Why would I want to be like Yugimoto? His friends are dumb.
What are the redeeming qualities of Yugimoto as a protagonist? What does he accomplish that's worthwhile?
He, well, he lets the spirit of the Millennium Puzzle do everything. And that's it.
See, there's a problem with the Yu-Gi-Oh, like, with the whole, like, Yu-Gi-Oh anime as a concept because, like, again, I've said with Pokemon, the concept is airtight. It's like, oh, kids looking for little critters that they can collect, okay? Every episode, it's a new critter. The goal is to get all the critters.
And sometimes it's an episode with Diglett, and it's really cute.
Exactly. Yu-Gi-Oh! The premise is we need to win all these card games, but card games are, by their very nature, random.
Yes.
So there's no skill involved. At least with Pokemon, you know, the characters have to be like, oh, I choose you, Pikachu. You gotta pick the right fucking guy to get the guy. But with Yu-Gi-Oh, it's like, okay, well, let's see what fucking card I get, or let's see what card the other guy gets. Oh,
Hold on, because this is already the worst speedrun ever, let me show you the greatest feature of this game.
Okay.
I hope it doesn't crash it.
I hope it does. That'd be a great way to end it.
We get 3D monster fights. And they look terrible.
Oh boy. That looks like... oh! Like...
BAM!
Yo, Xavier Renegade Angel? That...
Yeah, look at my badass dragon.
Going at, 4 FPS.
Yeah. And then the card just explodes. It's like a Charlie the Unicorn musical. Okay, yeah, I'm calling this.
Okay.
Escape. Oh god, I'm on the wrong thing. Let's stop the timer first. There we go.
Man, we gotta do a sign-off.
Oh yeah, the stream's not over. I was just stopping the timer and closing the game.
Good. We don't want to be rude to the people watching.
No. Anyway, fuck all of you.
Wait, oh.
We're still going. You can say whatever.
Oh, okay. All right, I thought. Okay. Anyways, to all of the people of the future, hello. My name is Oob. It's short for Oobndroobw. The guy running this fucking thing his name is Count D. And we are ambassadors from the past. We're here to teach you
ambassadors from my ass.
That too. And we just want to let you know that if there's well, I don't know. I'm gonna pass the proverbial microphone over to you, Count. Are there any like lessons or nuggets of wisdom that you want the people of the future to know about? Like, is there anything you want to, any kind of insight that you think would be helpful to them in their archaeological discovery of our culture?
Don't speedrun Kengo Master of Bushido or Yu-Gi-Oh! Forbidden Memories.
Couldn't agree more.
All right, I think that's Dead to rights.
Do it.